Birds. Oh God, I'm so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. I did not mean to slam my door. Hello, my friends. Hello. It's called a hello. Um, my internet is telling me I am now online. I'm on the internet. Brian Foster. That's pretty funny. Brian Foster. Classic. Um, so hi. Today, yes. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of came on like after a meeting, and my mom like talking to me about something. So I need to go to the washroom. So the very first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change what's on the screen so you can see some of the stuff I did today while I was chilling. Then I'm gonna go pee. We're right back. Well, that's a relief. Hi. Welcome to Watcher DM. I'm Gabriel Hernandez, and I'm going to be. I am your host, Tadan. Bedazel. Doodleedle. Gudenheimen. And on this great Sabuel day, we're going to do some illustration because I've got some thumbnails that are kind of in a state. I want to do a little bit more work on those. Basically, we have a new module that we are in production on, and I need art for it. So, whether or not I make the art myself or I commission the art, I need to kind of get an idea of what I want. Whereas historically, I have mostly just said what I want. It turns out now I might be good to show what I want. What do they say in storytelling? Show, don't. Another thing we're going to do, if I can manage to two brain enough on this, is going to read some D&D posties on the interwebs. By the way, I just remembered and or during whatever during fun. Let's do it. So actually, um, instead of doing a talk about a D&D on the internet question, we're gonna get into a voice channel with our writer, Austin Holm. Hello, Alex Webb. Thanks for coming. Oh, I have one viewer. Hello, viewer. Thank you for coming to my show. I'm about to bring on my author, Austin Holm, who wrote. Whoop. No, I think it needs to be like here. It's my fan. I bet anything it's my fan. Draco Jean, thank you so much for the love. Alex Webb, thank you very much for the tentacle love. Don't get to say that nearly often enough. And I'm going to fight. I have. God, this is copy. We're going to talk about some of the writing ideas that we've been working on for the last bit. So Austin wrote the Doom Desert and the Decanter of Delirium, which is no longer free, sadly, but is now available on DriveThruRPG and our website, and is soon to be available on the Roll20 marketplace, I believe. So fingers crossed. There's no guarantees, but that'll be coming out soon. So keep your eyes peeled. Be exciting news when it does. I'm really, really proud of the work we did there. And it's kind of a precursor to what we did with Moon Elves Masquerade, which was Austin's second module. And that did just release and is free on our website. So if you go to watcherdm.com, it'll be the shop page. There's a bunch of shirts for sale with art from the modules because my writer's wife or fiance said she wanted shirts, and I was like, okay, you get shirts, everybody gets shirts, so you all have shirts now. Lick Me is one of the shirts. And like riddles? I don't know. Weird shit. Very, very beautiful art from Maya B on the shirt. And there will be more shirts coming, because I want shirts too, and people gotta wear clothes and shit. Why the hell not? Still waiting for Austin to join. But in the meantime, get on to what I was planning on doing. Is I've got a couple of thumbnails down here. I've kind of got this little nice thumbnail background that I did, so I've got a little space to kind of throw down some images in different dimension. And I was working on the Lycan Cultists module art, which I'm thinking for the cover, there's this really cool like petroglyph of a guy like transforming into a bunch of different were creatures. And I looked up petroglyphs, and if you haven't done that, you should do it. They're amazing. It's really super interesting. But yeah, getting the what that looks like visual style representation is pretty tricky. I kind of did this as like an attempt, but I'm very not sold on it. Big Red Man. Obviously, red is not the color that it's going to end up being. I'm just using red for my sketch work right now because it's. I don't know why. Actually, I saw somebody else do it, and I was like, God, that looks really professional. Though I should do that. Now I'm doing it, and we'll see if it's worth doing at all. So let's get our red pen back out. Get on the right layer. And so this thing has some different lycanthropy people in it, but ultimately they are largely cultists and acolytes. And I guess maybe kind of the first thing I maybe should probably try and do is really say to myself, like, what the fuck does what does somebody who worships werewolves and wereboars and shit look like? What are they wearing? What are they dressed in? Well, that's the same question. Ask the same question twice, apparently. But like, what's their demeanor? What's their face? You know, who are these people? Yes. So, obviously there's so we'll just they are people. We're gonna say just right out the gate. These are people though. Hi, I'm a people. Lines down here. Really rudimentary shapes. And knee. Back. Weird pose. Big change in the studio today. I swapped my keyboard and my tablet. So now my tablet is on the right where my pen hand is, and my keyboard is on the left where my key hand is. So I'm able to change my brush size all quick which is pretty fantastic. hitting like shift and stuff. There's a bunch of things like, okay, blew my mind today. Found out if you hold down shift and you draw, it just draws a straight line. Like, you know how long I've been like going and grabbing some other tool to get a straight line to work? Like my whole life. Like I've been that stupid, and I should have known from the very beginning. Oh, just hold down shift, try that shit. I don't know, maybe it'll work, and it would have, and it did. Uh, all right. So, hello. Oh, let's bring. Hello, human shape. Fucking head is fucked up. Actually, though, I kind of like the idea that they're kind of like maybe a little bit exaggerated. You know, like kind of got one with kind of dumpy parts, with like little bitty parts, like their association with it is partially through body dysmorphia, right? They're kind of, oh, okay, well, I feel like I kind of look like a bear a bit. You're like, maybe I need to be a werebear, right? Maybe this cult speaks to me because I see myself in it. Animal action. Um, Work. Groupier. Groupsies. Groupie boobles. Grouple boobles. So, I guess Austin might accidentally, technically, or he might actually just be because it is kind of a install Discord. I swear to God, I've been working in computers like my whole life, and the fact that we have yet another chat client that is yet again like, oh, go download AIM, like, oh my God, so bad. This is terrible. This is going absolutely horrid. That structure. So I think the mistake that I'm making here is I'm focusing too much on structure, and I'm not letting enough kind of silhouette and dimension inform what I'm doing. Interesting. Over. God, that's a huge body. Damn, that's a huge bitch. All right. Yeah. Do start from first principles over again. First rule of drawing shit digitally is never erase anything. Rules are meant to be broken. Um, you know what? I kind of want to get rid of that. I think that's holding me back. And instead of trying to do this with a small brush where I sketch, I'm gonna try and kind of do this big brush where I just kind of. Yes. Throw your weapon. I'm flying. All right, still trying to figure out Discord. Okay, that's fine. When you get in, come on in. Can't get in, please say something on or here in chat. Anyway, okay, everything's up. Kind of a silly pose, but kind of like the idea of some kind of hunter. Why I like the idea of some kind of hunched over acolyte here, but it kind of, I don't know, for some reason, like I get the idea from like lycanthropy that like the power of transformation is somehow involved. The pull. I'll say all sorts of stuff. Oh, I'll say stuff. Oh God, I love you, Austin. You're um. I'll say a fucking. Watch me say stuff. I don't even know what I'm drawing here. I don't even know what's going on. What's going on? A shrugger. I don't know. Book body. Oh, not skinny people. Cultist acolytes. Are you a shrugger? COVID, man? We got time for that. Some other. So, imagine for a moment that we're just going for silhouette. Oh, almost certainly you're going to have the hooded acolyte, right? God, I should just draw everything in a fucking hood. That was way easier than fiddling around with body parts and shit. Totoro wings. Flying lumpy people. Like Totoro. Like all of us, really, you know? I think it's hilarious that we have like a specific configuration of meat that makes us go, wow, that's pretty. Like, that seems like such an illusion. What a bunch of horse shit. I'm a meat bag. I can, if I'm either pretty or I'm not. I don't think it matters much. How far down one direction you've gone for that to be true. And don't say it. I know I'm pretty. We're good. Okay, so cloaked cultist silhouette is kind of easy, a little too simple. Maybe not a terrible idea. Like, imagine for a moment here, just okay. So we've got the pull. Let's reveal, right? So we've got the robe, kind of the hood, kind of pulled back. Got the cowl and cloak, kind of pulled back. What is the? Who are you? Oh, imagine this one as had kind of a wreck, right? You're sleeping under a crypt. Hair is gonna be kind of fucked. Probably have a little bit of kooky business in the eyes. Maybe like one eyebrow is kind of up and the other constantly just. Oh. So is it Draco Gen or Draco Gene, or how do I? how do I pronounce explain? Up a little bit. Also too big because the too big. Probably wrong. This is probably wrong. It is disastrously wrong. Oh god. Not delete there? Hello. Ah. I hate that. Alright. Put this here. And probably Draco Gene. I like it. That is a cool handle. How is your Tuesday after? Oh, is the boy? Hello, boy. How's boysness? I don't really want to give this guy like crazy eyes. Living under a crypt. Probably doesn't want to sleep. Get turned into a fucking hermit, gibbering mouther monster. Yeah, that's actually that. Turn it up to fucking 11. That's oh god, whoa, I gotta take a shit. Somebody help me. All right, like in cultists, man. What did he turn into? Oh god, pretty fun. That is a pretty fun, shocked expression that I. Oh, thanks for the help nailing it. God. All right. All right. Cool. I feel like the little north, but maybe that's go with this. Got that. Pulling out my phone. Oh, and would you like an ear, sir? Can I interest you in a fucking vital body piece for your shit? Killing the game. Absolutely fucking killing the game. Alright, let's see here. So, bit of hair. Get this ear in here. And I have been looking at ears lately. Ah, thanks for liking the stream, Austin. Oh, dude, I see you there. I haven't been looking at ears lately. Okay, hold on. I can hear you hearing me. Oh, dude, I see you there.
Oh my god, shit.
Hold on. I can hear you hearing me.
Yeah. Okay. How's this? Oh my god, shit. I don't know.
Yeah, let me see what I can fucking do here. I don't know if it's even going to be possible to pull this off, but we're going to try. So now my microphone is my headphones are plugged into. I don't know. Oh, I'm sure it's totally fine. I just sorry about that. We almost had the thing. We almost had it. Okay, so I think the problem is that anything I say goes out of your speakers and picked up by your microphone. Is that true? It says you're saying something. Are you saying anything?
Is this working now?
I think it is. Can you hear me? I guess you cannot. Oh, you.
It says I'm voice connected, but I don't hear anyone.
Yeah. Hold on. It might be me. Hold on. It might be me. It was me. It was me. I was the noob. I was muted. Fuck. I turned it off again. Try again. Lol.
How are we doing?
I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're good. We can hear each other now,
I can hear you.
and I can hear you, and it doesn't sound like total shit. How does it sound in audience land? Alex, are we okay, or is it approaching like? I need to buy you a microphone, Austin. That's what needs to happen. Like, needs to be a gift. Some flowers.
I think there's honestly, I can find it lapel mic.
Exactly. Yeah,
We'll figure something out.
Needs to be a wearable mic, I think, for sure. So,
Huh.
are you good?
I'm good. Yes, thank you for having me on your stream so I could make some terrible noises and, just drive people away.
Oh, it's impossible to drive these people away. They're literally related to me. We're good.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're fine. So, sorry for the noise confusion and pollution, but I think we're there. Anyway, we were going to talk. What's up?
Yeah. This is looking great, by the way. I'm really enjoying this.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's God. I gotta say, like, digital painting has just turned into this thing that, like, I can't stop doing. Like, every time I'm sitting down lately, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna start drawing, and hours go by, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I could go to bed, or I could put another hour and a half on this shit. Anyway, we were going to discuss. So Austin, I think I already gave you a really broad introduction at the beginning. Is the writer for some of the modules that we've produced. Please check them out on watcherdm.com. But also has recently gotten some input from my mom, who took a writing course and was excited about writing. We had done some talking about some fantasy stuff, and so mom had sent Austin over some just some kind of draft like work that she had put together, and Austin wanted to talk about it with me. I figured this would be a good forum for talking about it, and maybe we can even get some feedback from the audience, so y'all can be involved in the process.
Well, one of the things I wanted to, I assume you've taken a look at it, it's pretty classic fantasy stuff, and you and I had been talking a little bit about the idea of trying to do something a little bit more accessible to new DMs. Chelsea and I had been discussing how modules kind of claim to be technical manuals on how to run a game, but that's not really what they are. Like, they're not written like technical manuals are. I was thinking it might be cool to do, to kind of use it to put together something that has as its purpose kind of, your first game to DM, like something it's got a dragon in it, it's got, some classic fantasy stuff, there's fairies, there's trolls, there's dwarves, there's all the, the big hits, but we could kind of write it in such a way that it's meant to be picked up by anybody who's never heard of the game before, and they can just play it from the book, written out very simply, and kind of just like, now pose this question to your PCs, now this, now that, step by step.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the idea of like a Watcher DM starter kit. Kind of like Lost Minds of Phandelver, but like finally something that isn't fucking Lost Minds of Phandelver.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I actually just read, I signed up for Arcane Library. Do you know them at all?
Yep, I'm familiar. Actually, Jesse Brown turned me onto them. I think Kelsey is the author's name. Huge fan of them. Very, very cool stuff.
I just read Temple of the Basilisk Cult.
Cool, I have that
was their free first level adventure. Yeah, Yeah, super great stuff. Great formatting. Looks very breezy to read, and just kind of one of those things made me think, this is great, but I bet we could do it even better. I bet that there's a step further we can take and kind of just come up with something that's really, really, just perfect for people who want to try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Mom's content, it does have, it's kind of got a lot of the bones of what we would be looking for in that regard anyway.
Yeah.
Why don't we kind of angle in on some of the things we'd like to maybe use in the first in the early adventures or something, and kind of see what ideas come out of it, or what kind of stuff we'd want to change, or what felt. Does that sound reasonable?
Sorry, what kind of stuff we want to change, or what we want to keep, or what we want to hone in on?
Yeah, yeah, just like because there's, I don't know. So the way that Mom kind of came to those ideas was really cool. It was like kind of one big idea after the next. Um, the thing that ultimately kind of prevented her, I think, from finishing it is Dungeons and Dragons is all about conflict, right? So you have to kind of have there has to be some conflicts for the party to kind of get juice out of the thing. Um, and so yeah, I'd be interested to know what your take was on like what would be the best content to leverage, what would be good content for background stuff, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's some there's some interesting stuff there. I think one of the things I really want to keep, which I don't even think was in the actual document. I think she messaged me about it afterwards, but there was the idea that this king, he's like started sleeping on a pile of gold, and his greed is just transforming him into a dragon. But by the time the players get the cure and they've come back to cure him, he's already like kind of a little far gone. Like he's breathing fire, he's all snaky and weird. And I think a half dragon king stat block for a final boss could be a lot of fun. Kind of something. I know there's a stat block for a half red dragon veteran, but I feel like more can be done. It can be weirder. It can be bigger. It can be cooler.
Absolutely.
Um, and actually, you and I, we were talking earlier about, in the Lycan Cultist game, or I guess now we're calling it Tomb of Transformation.
Womb of
Uh,
transformation.
but we've been talking a lot about monsters that evolve round by round in the combat.
Yeah, yeah. Changing the.
Uh,
I yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
well, yeah, and I think that would be another great thing to throw into this final conflict with this king. He's just like, as the fight goes, he becomes more and more draconic until you finally wrestle him down and shove this cure down his throat. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I thought that was good. I like the quicksand that you just have to give into. I thought was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, yeah. She was
Uh,
really proud of that one, and I was likewise like, oh, that's got juice in it. It's got some legs.
yeah. Um, maybe I think I like the general idea of the garden at the bottom of the well with the crystal flowers. I think it needs a little something, and I'm not sure what. Some sort, maybe the well keeper is lonely and wants to keep you there, or the water creature is supposed to be the memories of the guy guarding the well, right? I think is how it was written.
So I mean, supposed to be is a pretty broad term there. Like originally, it started off with Mom was like, oh, and they go to a well, and there's a guardian, and then she was like, and then down inside the well is like there's a medicinal plant or something that the party needs. Is the plant that they're supposed to gather, and
Yeah,
and then basically what happened was I was like, oh god, it'd be really cool if the well guardian and the person living in the well were like shadow and light kind of copies of the like kind of the aspects of the one person, and like yeah, kind of like the way that you're. In fact, I invoked a moon elves thing. I was like, remember
oh yeah.
when you smoke the absurdity, the crystallized absurdity, and you go and your dreams try and escape out of your head and run towards water to bang. That happened to this guy, and so all of his dreams and ideals have gone to go down into the swamp and bang, and they've turned into this dryad or whatever she was. So that was kind of the
My compassion's at the bottom of the bog.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was kind of where that came from. But happy to also kind of take it other places. I don't know where you were going with that. Sorry about that.
No, I no idea. I'm not sure, but I think yeah, there's stuff there, and it'd be worth it to kind of sit down and start kind of going over it. I don't know if you want to try and encourage more of those sort of kind of ideas from her, and see if we can cobble them together into something good.
Absolutely. Do you want it?
Something.
Is that what you want to do? Is get mom to kind of produce some more ideas and then and kind of build on it that way, or do you want to kind of take the bones of what we have and try and produce some stuff and maybe just have her consult and like run it by her and have her kind of do some ideation with us?
Yeah. I can even whip up a first draft and we can kind of just bounce it back and forth if you like.
Yeah, that's cool. That sounds like fun. Okay. So we have a face here of a cultist. I kind of like the hair thing going on. I feel like there's kind of like a lobster tail kind of thing going on here with the shaved sides or something. But what do transmutation cultists kind of adjustment or like what would they be into? I think jewelry wise.
Jewelry wise?
Yeah,
some
well,
moon stuff, crescents.
No, I thought we kind of backed away from the moon stuff because the moon is kind of like a curse on the lycanthropy, right? That they can only like that their form changing is affected by the moon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That wasn't. I'm not super married to that idea. It was something we had said.
Yeah.
But
I deeply like the idea of like the whole like chaining the lycanthropes to the lunar cycle thing. I think is sweet. But also I don't know what direction that writer's gonna want to take that, and so I just think you should try and stay out of leave it open for them to do whatever they
well, I think so.
Whatever they got.
Yeah. So Dungeons and Dragons lycanthropes don't have that prerequisite anyway. So just from a raw perspective, like rules is written, we're kind of borrowing the like we're kind of adding extra lore to the creature, which is fine. Like I do not revere the Dungeons and Dragons werewolf so much that I couldn't say in a book like, hey, as a DM, we suggest you make this available in this way. Mama.
Well, actually, I pulled up the old monster manual the other day, and the flavor text has a bunch of stuff about. But you're right. There is no actual mechanical. Oh, there's the woman of the hour. Hello.
Yep. Austin, Austin wanted to know if you wanted to sit down and do some brainstorming sometime about more of the ideas that you had from what you had sent him.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was thinking would it be really fun to do like a D&D starter kit, and a lot of your ideas have like really fundamental fantasy elements to them that would be really good for like a first player.
Oh, cool.
And so that was kind of where he was thinking. I just wanted to put it on your radar.
Thank you. Sounds cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. We got the moon necklace is kind of a no-brainer. What if we can I Jesus. All right, stupid ass hand. Anyway, sorry, what were we talking about?
Interesting, actually. I have no idea, but I've got a whole new thing to say that's way better anyways, so
I'm
it's
so
gonna
glad.
blow your socks off.
So glad you say.
I don't know. I was just gonna say that thing about how you know the earliest like werewolf legends, like the earliest sort of German and Scandinavian werewolf, they're having to do with the moon or like that sort of thing. The transformation is like you have a magical belt that transforms you into a wolf or something, you know? Uh, like I think that's where the word warg comes from, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not know that. Look at this.
Uh,
So is it
oh.
old werewolf? How would I find it? What's the best way to?
I don't know. You know what? Let me grab it up for you. How about
Okay.
that?
Cool. Yeah, that'd be super sick.
Werewolf belt legend. Here.
With tooth marks in it. Like you just bit the tooth marks into the. Kind of funny. It's that like.
Shoot you a little later. There's from the University of Pittsburgh about little thing about werewolf belts. Probably not the best way to. Or wolf straps, I think, are what they're calling them here.
Wolfstrappen. Wolfenstrappen. Alright. By using a so-called wolf strap, any person could transform himself into a werewolf. Whoever fastened such a strap around himself would turn into a wolf. Called out the name of a person who had turned himself into a wolf, that person would regain. Werewolf legends from Germany. Huh. Village there lived a woman whose
Oh,
name
here's
was...
another. We got
Go ahead.
I got a thing here in Bedburg, Germany. Confessed to a whole bunch of killings and was executed, but claimed to have an enchanted belt that gave him the power to transform into a wolf. And I guess that's a big part of where all this comes from.
Really? That is
Yeah,
super interesting. Huh.
it's super interesting. It's interesting. All of these creatures kind of have weird little predecessor things that we would barely recognize as being, you know.
Huh. You've given me a fantastic idea. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know how fantastic it is, but it is an idea. Try it out here in the drawing. So, actually, I think face player. Body form here. Interesting. Doesn't need much. Actually, alright.
Here, I'm
So,
gonna go mute for just 1 second here.
you can go mute for as many seconds as you need. So, imagine that this person is wearing straps as clothing. Effort to manifest that belt relation, the straps relation. God, it kind of reminds me of what's that Japanese rope erotica? I only know
Shibari?
Shibari, yeah. Kind of imagine like a.
To be clear, I have a degree in Japanese history. I'm not a pervert. I just happens to be my formal education. I'd like to throw that out to anybody watching. I happen to know a whole bunch about Japan. That's where that comes from.
I'd like to throw out that I'm offended that you are acting like being a pervert is such a bad thing.
I 100% support all perverts out there.
Right.
I just don't want to publicly admit to being one of my friends' Twitch stream.
I'm just messing.
Here, to make up for it, I'm gonna send you a thing about petroglyphs.
Yes.
In fact, I have another thing.
Nothing. I found a video I want you to see.
Yeah, it's an illustration. It's sloppy, but it's kind of a bit of an illustration of how the light catch on different parts of a petroglyph to make it look animated.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Interesting. Interesting. Tell you what. I'm gonna switch. Yeah, Alex is a pervert. We're all Shibari perverts here. We're into it. That's our kink. We're fucking down. All right, hold on a sec. I gotta switch over to. Dupe of transformation. What the fuck? Dupe. Give me a beat. Transition. Ooh. So this is the video that Austin has sent us. We're gonna watch it together. Some of my favorite people are perverts. Big drunk birds, what it is. Big drunk pervert. Man, this is my second cocktail today. It must be my mom's birthday. It is my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom!
Happy birthday.
Yeah, well. Just always come from it. Yeah, you can kind of see how, yeah, and you know, it's funny, like, it's a very natural thing to do as well. To, like, kind of, when you're drawing, like, you try the different gestures involved, like, pretty natural. It's interesting. I'm actually not 100% sure what I'm looking at here. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Okay. There you go. That is some straight...
Yeah, I'm just looking...
That's some, like, 2021 level fucking meme headbanging right there. We need to take that, make a meme of it. Fucking horse rocking out. One of my favorite people. Happy birthday, big drunk bird. Mom, Chelsea says happy birthday. Oh my god, the thing we were talking about earlier where like a baby centaur where it's like a full with like a little floppy baby torso on the top. Just, I was fucking dying.
Oh
Oh my god, so good, so fucking good. All right, well that was interesting. Yeah, you know it's really it's very interesting. Like, ah, I will tell her that you said happy birthday. Thank you guys so much for coming on my mom's birthday. Oh, I hope this is enjoyable for everyone. Like, I know sitting around nerding about Dungeons and Dragons and drawing is only probably my favorite way of spending the day, in addition to maybe a couple million people out there. So hopefully you're. I know Austin is. Cool. Yeah. This. So the reason we're talking about this, a little context around it, is that in one of the upcoming adventures that we're working on, the hold on, I know it's Tomb of Transformation that we're doing. We have a tunnel that has a petroglyph in it that does this kind of animation, and I'm trying to think even more now, like what the right way to kind of get that across is. Drawing. Aw, big drunk bird. That's so sweet. Thanks so much. I will try and be more diligent about streaming. I know I'm really, really flaky about it. Sometimes it sucks. It'll be right before stream. I'll be like about to go on. And then I'll be like, fuck, I really need a cigarette. And I'll go outside for a cigarette. And I just won't come back in. By the time I do, it'll be like 8 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, I was supposed to stream. Oh shit. That devil's lettuce is what it is. Infernal cabbage. What is that from? What's the infernal cabbage from again?
Like, what module is it in?
Yeah.
It's Divisible Man. It's in the
Okay.
garden.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like that whole area needs. I don't know. Gotta get those details in there. I think on that one still.
For sure. I really liked it. I liked the whole module. I thought it was really, really well done. But
Nice.
yeah, more details as always. Nobody's gonna say like, "Oh no, you've written too much." Stop. It has enough details.
Go back.
Turn back or die. That's something that isn't played up enough in D&D, I don't think. Something that Mike Shea calls the Herald.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
It's just the
That's
idea.
interesting. You've seen.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you've seen Cabin in the Woods, the horror movie.
Um, are you talking about the series of movies that are all like just there's a cabin in the woods and some terrible shit happens, or is there like actually a movie called Cabin in the Woods?
No. There's a movie called Cabin in the Woods, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend. It has a fantastic Harold in it, who gets made fun of by his bosses. Oh yeah, Thor's in it. Chris Hemsworth is in it, and Frank Kranz, who is amazing.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll check it out. Here, put it on my list of doobles.
Goobles.
Cabin. It's a to-dooble list. Heard of that?
No?
Cabin in the Woods. Is there like a massive delay between me talking and you hearing me?
I have no idea. Very possibly.
Okay. I'm okay with it.
I think yeah, we are literally a 6-hour flight between us right now, so the fact that we're talking at all is not bad.
Fucking magic, baby. Oh yeah. Wow. I know how to draw arms, apparently. I didn't... I'm out of nowhere. Okay. Let's try... Trying to figure out what the fashionable way to wear arm straps is. Or if there is such a thing. Or if it just looks dumb, because it just kind of looks dumb to me. I don't like it. Get out of here. Get out of my face. I'll draw on top of it. Imagine. Happy. That's not super shitty. Here we can. This. Wrist wrapping, because wrists protected. Let's see here, which way is the hand facing? Let's see, if you're looking at a shoulder that way and the elbow's on the outside, the thumb's gonna be here, right? So it's gonna be high on the thumb. You're gonna have behind it. Let me look at the second thing. You ever look at your hands for like 2 hours and then go like, oh my god, this is a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, you can't tell that from my writing.
Yeah, actually, that's that might be the inspiration for where I got the fucking idea. Oh. I am super excited to have Gabe coming on online with the writing. I think that's going to be a huge...
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge help to us. He's got a good brain. He knows a ton about the game. Like, very experienced in terms of the rules and has a lot of familiarity with, like, other game systems. So, kind of brings up best of all worlds a perspective to TTRPGs, which is really, really nice. And I love that son of a bitch. I just want to hang out with him. What were you saying, Austin?
As long as we're talking about it, I'm just meant to clean up the briefs on the Savannah stuff and then hand it over and forget about it. That's right.
That is totally an option. Obviously, I'm not your mom, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. But like, if you don't want to have to focus on it, which if I'm correct, you don't, then I think you've done a fantastic job of setting up a successful... I didn't know how we were going to tell 5 stories like with that content, right? Like, not because it's not good content, just because those have to be very interesting stories to be compelling, and I think you nailed that. So yeah, I'm very happy with it.
I'm happy with that answer too. Move on to the next thing.
Yeah. I just figure, like, I know
I still gotta pitch you on my dwarf.
Sorry, what's that?
I gotta pitch you on my dwarf game sometime.
Well, you didn't even have to pitch me. I'm sold on. As soon as you said fucking dwarf game, I was like, oh god. I actually have, like, so my mini collection has always been dwarf heavy. Like, I have so many dwarven hero like minis that I love. And
oh, really?
Yeah, my character sheets, like, I have probably like 5 or 6 dwarves that I've made that I've never been able to play. Dwarves are, like, seriously they're like my favorite characters. Just so much fun to play. Yeah,
maybe I should just start writing it up. We can just play it through and then we can see about formalizing it.
Yeah, kind of. That's what I've been thinking lately too. Is like, that's why I was kind of like, hey, we should try and formalize around this kind of sly flourish, like 15-minute prep, kind of format, because I think it gets all like the high notes you kind of have to hit, like, where you're like, okay, this has to be a fun game for people, like 4 people at the table. We do that, And then when that's done, we take the best parts that aren't like tied to a character, right, and go, okay, like these are the bones. Or if something didn't land, we can go, well, that fucking goes out. Like, let's try something else. I think it's a good way. It'd be kind of a way for us to iterate on some stuff. The downside to it is that it will probably produce, like, it wouldn't work for something like Moon Elves Masquerade, right? Where, or maybe it would actually,
Yeah.
but I think it would take just as much like work as Moon Elves took to set up to play Moon Elves. No, you couldn't short circuit that. But for like doing stuff like I think Storm on the Savannah is a good example where like, okay, we have a list of scenes. They're action scenes, right? There's not like a ton that has to happen. It's just kind of like a mechanical check on whether or not this is going to be fun, feel compelling, feel like it's got tension. Does it deliver the story? And does the flavor match, right? And I think those kind of answers we can get for content that's like, okay, that's that's what we're doing. And then we take kind of the bones of stuff like that and work up the big ideas like Moon Elves or Doom Desert or any of the basically it's the point at which we say, is this a 3,000 word module or a 6,000 word module? How much do we want to deliver here? I think some stories are
That's a good point.
better short form stories. Some stories are 3 hours of play with new players, and that's what it should be. And other games are, what the fuck is going on? Giant feet. Nice feet.
And I'm sorry, I'm still trying to find that petroglyph thing I read.
Show.
I'll find it sometime next month at this rate, and I'll send it to you then.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that'll be just in time. I'm still trying to draw straps on somebody. So, no worries. Although I think fuck this up that way. For the cultists. I somehow managed to spread this across like five layers or something. Nope. Stupid thing is, I think I like her the best. I think she's gonna be my ride or die. What up, girl? Kick it. Also, God, I kind of like that Greek style with the. The other thing I was thinking was like it could be really fucked up if yeah, never mind. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't wanna say it. Keeping that one to myself. Bad idea. No.
Oh no, come on.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
please send it to me later.
I'll say it.
It's a great idea. Alright.
I'll say it. So I was thinking about the idea of who would a Lycan cult like where's the recruiting office for this? Right? Who are they pushing their pamphlets on? Right? And so I was thinking like people with any kind of deformities or anybody really with like missing limbs or lack of sight kind of anything where it's like, okay, you're like, society already treats you different. You already are not accounted for, right, at some level. Like, here, through the magic of transformation, you can be truly alive in a way that you've never been as a human, right? And I'm trying to think of what other potential characteristics of somebody might be like, oh, that's a target for our lycanthrope cult, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some real world groups that prey upon disaffected young men in particular jump to mind.
I'm sorry, who?
Oh, like, well, I don't know when I start a controversy here,
Uh,
but yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of groups that try and get in the ear of disaffected young men and to sort of, I think it's very common in your early 20s to feel like there's not a space for you in the world, and I think a lot of people capitalize on that.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. So, yeah, like it could be kind of any disaffected people, but probably young. Well, yeah, I guess it depends on the culture you're in, right? So that's kind of the shitty part. You have to figure out who's disgruntled about being where they are in the socioeconomic ladder, or who is explicitly made to feel that they don't belong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in medieval period, second sons are, you're basically your brother's chattel.
Sure, that's true. That's a good point. So the cultists are all the second-born children of the village. The proportions on this look fucking way off, but otherwise it's not bad. Fucks with the proportions until you get them right. I think if I do a little bit of selection, open selection. Oh, that was the other thing I was gonna do is since I have you on the line, Google Drive. So I told you I'd commissioned a producer to create the track for Moon Elves Masquerade.
Yes.
And I have that. I'm gonna play it on stream. So yeah, we're all gonna check this out together. I think we got everything set up here to just go. So we're gonna try it. We'll see how it goes. Let me know if you can't hear anything. Yeah. You definitely can't hear anything.
No, I cannot.
It's because yeah, sorry. Almost had it right. Okay. So that's what I got. What do you think?
I just got a little bit of that at the end there, but I should stop from that screech again. Yeah, I just got a little bit at the end of there, but it sounded pretty good, I thought.
Okay, cool.
What do you think, Chelsea? Chelsea gives the thumbs up.
Cool, cool.
Big drunk bird is on side.
All right, I'll send you the original file. I hope everybody else on the stream was able to hear that. Yeah, so when we release Moon Elves on the virtual tabletop, and maybe just even earlier, I might just ship it with the Moon Elves when we do promotions for it and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of cool too. Like that can be so that the 16 bar sections of it can actually be looped different arrangements. So you can have like
Nice.
a really long kind of constant like, oh, this is the party background music, and then when you get to the boss fight, it goes into that break section where it's like pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Had a good time. Alright. So what about how's Divisible Man? How are you finding it? Do you have
Yeah, it's going good. It's going well. I don't know. I feel like I really need to get in there and make some motivations very clear and sort of give some good advice for handling it in general. And I kind of honestly, part of me kind of wants to go through and I feel like there's no secret doors. I had to take out my secret door and now I want to put a secret door back in.
what could I ask what your secret door was?
Yeah, the original secret door I had, it's not an encounter you've seen, but in the art gallery section, if you go through the portrait gallery, there is those like giant Soviet realist statues of dictators like Saddam Hussein and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So this is the homeowner has liberated a slave dimension from some fascist and decapitated his giant Soviet realist self-portrait. But he's taken the head back with him to his gallery, and it's like animated by magic. It's like a mouthy alt-right Statue of Liberty, basically. And the decapitated head is lawful evil, and it wants to talk evil politics with you. And yeah, it can give you a bunch of hints and stuff. Anyway, originally it was behind a secret door in the landscape wing, but that didn't work, and I don't know.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So did we end up skipping the secret door just because we didn't discover it?
No, so originally when I first ran it, it was behind a secret door. When I ran it for you, I did not have it behind a secret door because I realized that nobody was ever going to see it if I didn't hang a lampshade on it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy who would have secret doors in his house. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me about the guy who has secret doors at his house, Austin. What qualifies such a person? I guess
Well, qualified.
yeah, like would you say that I'm the type of person to have secret doors in my lair?
Had you? Yeah, perhaps. I think I probably am more like that. I don't know. I knew a guy once who had a secret. He had one of those bookshelves where you pulled a book out and it like would open up into a little panic room.
Yep. I know someone who
his
has this as
address
well.
is, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just joking.
So I-
But yeah, I think people with stuff to hide, people with treasure. Maybe there should be a treasure room. I don't know.
legit. I know somebody who also has a secret door. Shane Webb, who's one of the best people I know. He's fucking awesome. Shout outs to Shane Webb, by the way. I know he doesn't watch my shit, but if he ever did, he's a super talented digital artist out of the Bay Area. and he does every year he does like a Halloween like escape room at his house, and so he's got all kinds of weird
That's awesome.
props and shit and all kinds of stage stuff and lighting stuff, and he builds all these crazy tech like puzzles and stuff. They're really fucking awesome. He's a super talented. He also played Styr Odinson in the Road to Valhalla game. Players, luckily. Yeah. I'm not really sure what's going on with this drawing here, but
I don't know, but I like where it's headed. I think I'm getting a time delayed version though. But it's looking cool.
I'm kind of trying to imagine like what is the cult leader wearing, right? What sets him apart? Religions are all about fancy hats.
Yes, that's true.
So I'm kind of taking the moon motif and trying to strap it to a banana. I don't know what that is.
Bananas are a classic symbol of transformation.
True.
Green, yellow, brown. Pick a side, bananas.
Are you the fruit inside, or the peel on the outside, or are you the combination of both? Is a banana peel?
You're neither. You're a transcendental soul that has only been attached to a banana, and your bananahood is merely illusionary.
See, this is why you can turn into a wolf now. Makes perfect sense. I also kind of like the idea that this mask here kind of has like a fakey kind of wolf's nose on it with some fangs or something. Oh, my God. Let's try taking something up into the black today. Much fun as it is to just sketch stuff, probably should try and draw something. Oops. There. And start with that moon thematic. We're gonna need it. Somebody's poking me on the web. It feels pretty good. Oh, cool. God damn. All right, Stormy. I see you, Stormy. Doing more heckin' models. It is so much fun having like well thought out, kind of designed like 3D models to render on top of instead of having to do all that scaffolding and dealing with proportions and posing and all that.
Yeah, you were saying you had Harpies. You'd seen a Harpies version.
Oh yeah. Here, I got into a fight with the hose and it won. I'm gonna assume that's not a euphemism for something naughty. What was the hose? What were you and the hose fighting about? And I'm gonna switch back to browser mode here. My shitty Facebook feed. But here, so I'll kind of give you the tour of what we had here. I think, yeah. So it's kind of what's that?
Eliminate 2 forever. I will not.
I don't know what you're saying.
That's alright. Oh, interesting.
So this was the first version that they sent me, and I was like, the legs are too small, the head is too big, the wings don't look bendy enough. There's a bunch of stuff. Oh my god. Alex, are you saying you're all wet right now? Because awkward. So we tried some different sizing. Also, the swallow tail I was feeling was like really just not working with the form. So we got to this, which I liked substantially better. I like the bend in the wings better. I think there's some. This is starting to kind of come together. And then I convinced them to go a little bit bigger on the legs, the dash smaller on the head, kind of have some better wings. And then we were talking about the face, and I was like, okay, I kind of want the eyes to be smaller. I think the chin should be a little bit thinner, like the mouth should be a little bit thinner. So we're getting there. So this is kind of the close up of the face action, starting to look. But yeah, I think this is a pretty dramatic improvement in my opinion. And then this is the Glyptodon Cleric. Yeah, so that's the harpy stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. How's the devil drawing that Chelsea's doing?
Chelsea's actually got how many do you have now? You got 3? Yeah, Chelsea's working on her 3rd.
Awesome.
Oh jeez. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Sorry about that. I'm a very loud sneezer. Yes. Why we don't have children? Alright. Noted.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, okay. Just for you, I'm gonna make sure the kids sneeze extra loud. Yeah, do you want to Gabe your guys? Alright, Gabe. We're hooking you up. Got little devil cartoons incoming.
Oh yeah. Where did this come from? Why is it here? Why can't you? Here. What if I connect it here? Yep, there we go. Alright. So, if we're done talking about business, are we done talking about business?
Sure.
We talk about everything we were going to talk about? Because if we're done with that,
I have no idea.
and you still want to hang out with me, I still have about 30,
Yeah.
I still have 30-ish minutes left that I was planning on streaming. I was thinking maybe you could go on your favorite Dungeons and Dragons people talking about bullshit website. Read
Hell yeah.
us some promptage, and then we can just riff off some bullshit. Talk about some things. You guys to go? X's and O's. I love you with all my hearts. Oh my god, these are awesome. Wow. Is that Billy Zane? That's definitely Billy Zane. You know what I'm talking about, right? Gotta be Billy Zane. The Purple Devil, he's got that kind of like hot faced look, but like, you know, Billy Zane look. I love it. Am I allowed to show these on stream?
You get them all over it. What do you say, Chels? Yep, she's giving thumbs up.
Cool. Hey, now. And we have. This is the one I was Billy Zaning about. I love I love actually absolutely everything about this. I think this structure is great. Are you using a symmetry tool? It looks very. But you are not?
I don't believe so.
Like it's like a mirror tool. So like if you draw on one half, it draws the same.
Stroke and then I
I guess you know what? Yeah, they are.
Uh,
They're not. They're not symmetry. You have amazing symmetry. If these aren't mirrored, this is amazing symmetry. It also just is amazing symmetry.
okay, I see what you're saying. I do mirror them a little bit.
Okay, yeah, yeah. But I can see like the shape here is different than the shape here. Like so, it's got some. Yeah, I was like, it looks so like good and symmetrical. Like it would be really really challenging to do that. I love this complexity right here, and then in the face, like right in the middle of the teeth where they kind of overlap, is just really good visual interest. I love the back sloping eyes and the huge nose, and yeah, a little fringy neck. So much character in that. And then this is the world's worst boss, Cubicle Hell, literal Cubicle Hell in the fiscally bankrupt Lord of the Dead. Plane of the Dead, right? World's worst boss. Works for Blizzard.
I like that one.
I like them. I like all of them. I think they're amazing. These are fantastic. They're very stylized. They're very. They read. They have emotion. They evoke. Great. All right. Back to work.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about the privatized little hell sort of thing, and I kind of see it like maybe you're in disguise for the first little bit of it, and you kind of get a chance to go through it and like kind of see it in a non-hostile way. And it's not until you get to the hostage you're trying to spring from hell that everything sort of turns nasty and shows its true face.
Yeah. No. I feel like. So I guess this is probably something. Yeah, we should say. Like, I feel like your modules have the social first kind of. That's the thing, right? Like any time that we're going into one of your modules, I'm always expecting that there's going to be a ton of roleplay opportunity up front, and kind of combat is like a distant last option that is fun when it happens, but it's not like, I don't know. Does that read? Is that correct, or is that like an assumption I'm making that's incorrect?
No, yeah, I mean, like, I think, I don't know. Personally, I kind of feel like ideally, let me put it this way. I've run a lot of games where I've put together what I thought were social encounters that my players ended up stabbing to death. And I've had a lot of things where I'm like, oh, it's a pack of wolves. You have to fight a pack of wolves. And somebody's like, well, I have to speak to animals. Like, can we sit down with these wolves? What do these wolves want?
Yeah.
So I like that. I like encounters that can go in any direction.
Same. But I would say if I was to read most of your encounters, I would, without, unless I like literally was just feeling murder hobo-y, I would probably go, oh, okay, let's try it. And I think that was reflected in the playtest for the Divisible Man, right? Where it was like, oh god, there's a lot of social stuff to do here. Even in combat, I was like, hold on, I want to try and understand these guys' motivations, because they're such interesting beings. Like, you're not trying to figure out what the fuck the painting wants. What the fuck are you doing with your life?
All right, so here you want some stuff from RD&D, the new stream. We have HF Calzone asking. They're saying they're writing characters for a campaign and they're adding a gnome, but it's giving them trouble. They want him to be a charismatic merchant and shop owner. They've looked through the guild artisan background for business ideas, but they don't know which ones really fit a gnome. What do you think? Gnomish businesses.
Like, what would a gnomish mercantile company produce?
Yeah, what business would a gnome go into?
Well, I can speak from my own experience. In my world, gnomes end up becoming world famous for their butter flavored food. They are culinary experts, and also for their fantastic fashion sense. They invented the first fashionable trousers, as it were, and have kept that kind of going for a long, long time. Also, the inventors of the pantsuit, not ironically. Of course,
I
that's
feel
a
like if you have small hands, you're probably good with textiles and such.
yep, yeah. Textiles, weaving are both very gnomish. Yeah, construction. Construction of anything that requires deft, hands and dexterity. I think it's one of the reasons that the gnomish technology trope is kind of a thing, right? It's like you're fiddling with small parts. That's gnome hands are the best at that. And they're the right mix, right? It's like halflings have kind of that lazy disinterest kind of working against them in that regard. I don't know if that's fair to say. Nothing against my halfling folk. What do you think? What do you think would make a good industry for gnomes?
I don't know. I tend to run my games pretty anachronistically, so I might go with Watchmaker, perhaps.
Yeah, I could see that. Although, yeah, I'm sure I've told this story a billion times to everybody who's heard it, but you know where the word watch, like, why we call it a watch, right?
Why do we call it a watch?
So watches are small versions of clocks, and the first clocks were put in towers so that they could be seen by everybody. Because prior to having clocks, the only person who could tell you what time it was the watch. It was the person in the tower who could see where the shadows fell on the buildings and basically indicate to you, like, roughly what time it was. Kind of use your city as a sundial. You have to be standing in a tower. So the watch was where you would call out if you wanted to know the time. You would say, what's the hour of the watch or of the clock, right? And so over time, that's where it came from. And then so over time, like, watch was associated with the people who learned how to repair clocks first, which was the people guarding the watchtower. So they became familiar with the mechanics of it because they were always the person up there. So they were always the person who was asked, like, hey, it's not working. Can you fucking fix it? And they'd have to sit there and tinker with it and fix it. So clockmaking, like, clock repair developed into watchmaking as watchers stood in their watchtowers and fiddled with bits. And if that's not true on Earth, it's definitely true in Sildraan. Beautiful piece of fiction. I'm really not sure if this is reading at all, but
There's a few bits of history that are too good for the real world, I'm afraid.
Yeah. That's okay. We have fantasy worlds that we're allowed to partake in. I kind of like the idea of this.
Okay, wait. Somebody on Reddit is posting that one of their players got arrested, but I think they mean the adventurer. Okay, I'm listening to my question now.
Sounds like fucking Reddit.
Here. New player interested in starting to DM their own campaign, help. They want to make a campaign for me to play with my friends when they come stuck. Okay. I feel like that person wants more hands-on help. What's a good royal secret? There's an interesting... eventually the party is going to be snooping through the Duchess's chambers. I need something really shocking for her. What are some funny/scary plot hooks? Ideas so far: Demas Priestess, he says that's boring. She's an immortal, he says that's not fully thought out. She's a vampire or something like that. Any ideas would be greatly appreciated.
Huh. So, I'm sorry. So we're saying it's a noble. They're in the house of a presumed noble, and they discover a secret. Is that the setup?
Yeah,
Okay.
a plot hooky, scary secret, maybe.
So, well, okay. So pulling from some of the stuff we've gone around with recently, I mean, it's a little tropey and it's probably a bit on the nose, but I think the Dorian Gray thing would be a really interesting, kind of cool plot secret thing that you could realize, right? Like through finding other people's shit. So I would say Dorian Gray is probably a decent place to look for. That's kind of an interesting thing. I mean, the best the best noble secrets have to do with state politics or love, right? Or where the interests on either side of that intersect. So like she's they're secretly in love with an enemy's general, or maybe
Okay.
so those are always interesting. I think those are semi-interesting relationships, and they can lead to conflict. Although I don't know how that would be a quest worth of content, like of context, but it could be. What else? I don't know. What do you think? You got any interesting noble secrets? They're not in fact noble.
What's
It's
this
kind of
up?
a no-brainer. What's up?
I've been typing these up. I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna post these on my Reddit account because I'm trying to get my RD&D cred up a little bit here.
Oh fuck yeah!
What if the Duchess has been replaced by a colony of arachnids wearing a magical skin suit?
I love you. Will you marry me? That's so
I
fucking
don't know.
funny.
Chelsea's right here. Yeah, she's mad at now. I'm
Oh, I'm in trouble now.
telling my
Okay.
mother I love her when Chelsea does buries my body in the desert.
Chelsea, I love you too.
Earth Ruffle. What else? What's good for Duchess? What you said, love and faith was an interesting one. Okay, what if they are secretly an anti-monarchist vigilante? In their
Yeah,
spare time?
yeah. You've got the vigilante trope. Yes, got the what was her fucking name? Selma Hayek or something? Never mind. I'm making a reference to a movie that I doubt anybody has seen. It's not important. Um,
Uh, there's some good ones. Some faith. A good one. Their child is a changeling.
oh yeah.
Uh,
Or
they
sorry, go ahead.
they traded the original to fairies. For what do you want from fairies? Eternal youth. I feel like we've already done an eternal youth thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe that's what you got. Maybe that's how she got the Dorian Gray portrait. That.
Okay. Or we could do like a commanding voice, like to have influence over
Oh,
people.
for authority and charisma.
Yeah. Like maybe she was some like
Let's get one more to make that.
fifth tier noble, right? And she's been angling for, or she is the changeling who has only recently found out that she was swapped.
Oh, interesting. She's a changeling herself, and she just got the test results back.
Oh yeah, but COVID test came back positive for doppelganger.
Uh, fantasy version of 23andMe.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's do one more. What's one more good one? The Duchess. Invoke the old Sir Barrington. The Duchess is actually a bear who's just extremely good at lying.
Now, the Duchess is 3 kobolds in a bodice and a jumper. Or oh god. So like finding out that like so the Duchess is in fact blind or deaf or something that you wouldn't be able to like tell by looking at them, but through some enhancement. I know it's not really adventure fodder, but maybe it could be, right?
Yeah.
If the party accidentally disables.
The Duchess is
Sorry, go ahead.
The Duchess is cursed to lose her eyesight the end of each lunar cycle and relies on a steady stream of transplants.
Oh, an eyeball eater. I love it. That is gross and weird and makes all the things inside of me crawl. I love it.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna. Oh, no, I don't cancel that. Yeah, okay. Please stop trying to screw me. Relies. Okay. Alright, we're commenting. Commenting on Reddit.
Hell yeah.
Here's an interesting one. There is no Duchess at all. In fact, there perhaps never has been. Who everyone thinks is the Duchess is actually just a fiction concocted by a large family of doppelgangers who all share and interchange the same disguise. Whenever one of them is the Duchess, the rest of the family are masquerading as the family, staff, and guards. No one knows how long the family has been here or whether there was ever a real Duchess and staff, but now everyone in the Duchess's mansion is actually a shape-shifting monster. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good vote.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I was actually thinking something similar to that when I was thinking about. Are you familiar with animated? What's it? What is it? It's like animated spell. Like, God, Zach something. Does these animated cartoons? Skink McGink, I think, is his character or whatever. He does these really great cartoons, and he did this thing recently about how mimics apparently can form colonies, and when they do so, they basically like will just be a whole town. They will be like everything in a town is all mimics. So you'll have a bunch of evidence of people without any actual people. Super interesting idea. Have these mimics be leaving a bunch of evidence that she was there, but they get like they talk to the because mimics speak common, and thought that was pretty funny. Kind of interesting way to do that too. You could do it with doppelgangers, or you could do it just with mimics, just leaving. There literally was never a Duchess. There isn't even a creature that resembles the Duchess or could take the place of the Duchess. It's just a bunch of mimics pretending that she was there.
What if mimics are like larval doppelgangers?
Like, I think we're starting to get into this. Like, we need to start an actual transmutation cult, transformation cult. We're starting to ask the hard-hitting questions of that discipline.
Finally, somebody's asking the real question.
Yeah, right. Somebody finally fucking said it. Why can't we become werewolves? Anyway, all right. You got any other posts off of that you want to dive into? You think there's anything else good in there?
Let me see here. I got somebody saying that they are first time, no experience DM with players. They've got a campaign that involves local domestic animals going vicious because they're being mind controlled by an NPC. they're torn on what class to make her. They think a druid would make sense with the connection to the wild, but they feel like there's conflicting morals.
Oh,
Now, personally, I kind of think druids should be just as mean-spirited as nature is.
I don't. Yeah, I've never read a book that says druids have to be good, and I know
Yeah.
while player character druids were originally intended to be neutral, I think that was more a reflection on like Gygax and Arneson trying to pigeonhole, right? Like, well, paladins are good, so these guys have to be something that are going to be all powerful. But yeah, I've had lots of evil cleric or evil druids. I think really it comes down to like, what side do they take on the central conflict of like that's going on, right? Are they doing it so that the domesticated animals rise up? Then that's not evil, not even close, right? Like domesticated animals are being prepared their whole lives for slaughter. Not cool. If you love animals, probably not into it. Feels like a Zootopia. It feels like they're riffing on Zootopia. So, as an alternate ending or as an alternate answer, secretly a druid, or like a warlock who is also the secretary's assistant secretary of state or whatever. That little lamb chick was to the lion guy. Does that read?
I haven't seen Zootopia yet, but I'm gonna go. Maybe it's a warlock trying to frame some hippy dippy druids.
Oh shit! Sorry, little Olive. I like this face too much not to draw on it. Happening. Fuck, or are we not?
Okay. Posting. Back to feed. Let's see. Pretty cool picture of a Raven Odin King here. Odin King Raven. Here's a question that just says encounters in between locations in Avernus. Do we want to get into that one?
We definitely could. I'd be interested what you think would make a good encounter in Avernus.
Right.
I'd be interested to hear what you think would be a good encounter in Avernus. I don't know that I have a bunch of opinions about it.
I don't know much about Avernus, but we're talking about hell here, right? So,
That's Dungeons and Dragons hell.
Perhaps the heroes pass an open market for damned souls.
I like that.
Uh,
Or they just meet like a sleazy used soul salesman.
yeah, I like that. That's
He's
good.
like
I
peddling
might
it
actually
like
use that in there.
That's going in our shit. Don't put it on the internet. No, just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, let's keep that one.
Keeping that one for
I do
us.
kind of think they should have an equivalent of like a telemarketers department that's just like cold calling mortals and being like, hey, like, would you sell your soul for true love? Or like, we've got a package if you just want to sell like 10% a year for the next 10 years. Or
I'm sorry, but can I just say it? It's debt consolidation.
yeah.
It's got to be debt consolidation. Like, that has to be fucking it, right? Definitely what they're offering most of the time.
Let's see here. What else is going on in Avernus? Literal Sisyphus.
Always classic. Always classic. Yeah, I think the
Wants
the
hold the
thing
rock for a bit.
the thing that Avernus is missing in my mind the most is there's no good, like, I don't know, how do I describe this? It seems like all the devils and demons and stuff that are there are like pretty stoked to be there and are like down to fuck around and find out, right? They're like trying to fight. Is there a bunch of like devils that are just like forced to do ridiculously boring shit for way too long, or like they have to like sit there and listen to the party complain? I don't know. There's just a bunch of, I don't know. There's a bunch of things that would be like, what would happen if you were in hell? That would be fantastic to roleplay and be really, really fun. What's hell for a wizard or corrupt cleric or shitty thief? I don't know.
How about a mural of heaven drawn by a homesick fallen angel?
Brilliant.
I wonder if I lost you there.
No, I'm here.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah. What else? A circle of demons whipping each other?
Yeah. Classic.
If they're devils. Or...
Right, Avernus is the nine hells.
Oh. Maybe like a steam whistle blows and they all switch direction?
Yeah, there's like one devil on the side who's like, shot calling.
Yeah.
And
5 minutes union rules.
Yep. Exactly.
Go back to beating
Like-
yourselves up.
Yeah, like on the break, like the devils are like congratulating each other on how hard they whipped, and yeah, your backhand really stung, man. Quite the beating.
I am really miserable.
Yeah, I'm truly more miserable than I've ever been with your beating. That was amazing. I love it. I fucking.
Oh, maybe a pocket hell for the vain. Just composed of people criticizing clothes.
Then again, I get the feeling like what they're asking for is maybe like a combat encounter. Which
Think
case,
so?
I hate to say it. Well, I don't know. What is it? Is it framed in such a way that you would think otherwise?
This says encounters in between locations in Avernus. I'm going to say, if you'd like combat encounters, tell us what level your party is, and we can help. If you're looking for more flavor based encounters, here's a short list.
Hell yeah! Good at this Reddit shit. You're gonna get us famous in no time. Mike, you're famous.
I've never really. I am very averse to social media in general, and literally just since we've started working together, I've been on it like constantly. Uh,
Sorry.
so I'm hoping that maybe some good of it can come. Some good can come of it. We can get some attention for Moon Elves. Would be nice. If anybody just came on the channel, go check out Moon Elves.
Go download Moon Elves for your loved ones. Give it to your enemies. It's great. It's terrible. It's all things. Kidding.
All things to all people.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, one more.
Yep.
One more health thing.
one
A
last thing.
hill that is uphill both ways.
Okay. Yeah. Like every time they turn around, they're going up like a 90 or like a 70-degree incline.
Yeah, like you get to the top of the hill and you realize you're at the bottom of a pit. All right. That's the time traveling duck. You slash the time traveling duck now has some good Avernus thoughts, I think. And it's almost well, your time is it's almost 8 o'clock, I believe.
Yep. I was just gonna wind up and
Yeah.
call it a night. But
Well, I am. Thank you so much for having me on the stream. I had fun.
thank you so much for joining me. What do you think of cult leader and cultist here?
I gotta say, I am loving this cultist. The little hairdo they have is real solid.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely enjoying it. You know, Chelsea keeps saying. I want you to know. Chelsea keeps saying to me that she is just. We're both so impressed by this art. I think it's a good idea for you to do a lot more of these illustrations. I'm excited to see what you have to throw down.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been really excited to kind of see how much my art's been progressing lately, and it's turning into one of those things where like every time I draw, I'm making more progress than the last time that I tried to draw. So like I feel like I'm learning new things kind of every time I come into it, and for me, that's like better than drugs, better than sex, better than fucking cigarettes, and I still smoke a pack a day. Like, I'm really enjoying it. So
You know,
Oh.
this is apropos of nothing, but it has been 5 months since I last smoked a cigarette.
Congratulations. Big
Thank you
fucking
very
ups,
much.
my dude. Big ups. Congratulations. That is a big deal. Yeah. I need
Highly
to,
recommend.
I need-
10 out of 10 to quit smoking again.
yeah, I need to do it for serious sometime soon. Reminder. Thank you. I'll put the time in on that. Good. That's a good call. Anyway, thank you everyone who enjoyed the stream tonight. Thank you again, Austin, for being my guest. And God, we got to do this again. This was really fun. It was nice having somebody who could read the stuff and do the typing while I'm drawing and shit and just nerding out. And you have so many good ideas. It was super fun. Again, we're Watcher DM, so if you are interested in getting free 5e content delivered directly to your inbox, go to watcherdm.com, sign up for our mailing list, or you can download our current module, Moon Elves Masquerade, in the store. It'll be the first page up front. Also, we've got some really fun shirts that if you're cold, need a shirt, or like shirts that say "lick me," you should get. Otherwise, follow us on all the socials. Twitter, I think, is WatcherDM1. The rest of them are just WatcherDM, so you can find us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I think maybe that's it. So, but yeah, look us up online, and if you're interested in writing for us or working with us at all, you can reach out to me, Gabriel at WatcherDM.com on the interwebs, and I will try not to ignore your email.